Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good afternoon, my English lecturer and my friends. I want to say thank you for watching this video. For today, we will discuss about approaches of language assessments. So, before we go to the topics, let's introduce ourselves. We are from Group G. My name is Novita and PM 190400027. And my friends, they are.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Inzanillahia and PM is 90040016.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Liceyana Lorenza. NPM 190400009.
Hello, I saw you explain about the principal language. In order to keep the quality of assessment, there are some principles of assessment that must be known. They are validity, reliability, practicality, authenticity, and wordsback, as mentioned by Harrison. Reliability, according to Brown, a reliable test can be described as follows: consistent in its condition across two or more administrations, gives clear direction for scoring evaluation, has uniform rubrics for scoring or evaluation, lends itself to consistent application of those rubrics by the scorer, contains items or text that are unambiguous to the test taker. Factors that affect reliability of the test is test factor, teacher and student factor, environment factor, the administration test factor, and making factor. There are some factors that may contribute to the unreliability test. Student-related reliability, rather reliability test, administration reliability, and test reliability. The most common for students-related issue and reliability is caused by illness, fatigue, a bad day, anxiety, and other physical and psychological factors. Interrater reliability occurs when two or more scores yield inconsistent scores of the same test, lack of attention to scoring criteria, inexperience, inattention, or present conceived biases. Interrater reliability is common occurrence for classroom teachers because of unclear scoring criteria, fatigue, bias toward particular good and bad students, or simple carelessness. Administration factor can be found in photocopying, variation the amount of light in different parts of the room, variations in temperature, and even the condition of desks and chairs.
Next, validity. Validity refers to the evidence base that can be provided about appropriateness of the inferences, uses, and consequences that come from assessment. Appropriateness has to do with the soundness, trustworthiness, or legitimacy of the claims or inferences that the tester would like to make on the basis of obtained scores. And then when teachers come to assessment, they deal a lot with a question of how to measure students' abilities. The question word how implies that teachers should be able to design a measurement to bring up the students' potential as they wish. It is validity. Validity leads to accuracy. A good test should be valid or accurate. And how is validity of a test established? There is no final, absolute measure of validity, but several different kinds of evidence may be involved in support. By this, we will look at these four types of evidence. The first is content-related evidence. If a test actually samples the subject matter about which conclusions are to be drawn, and if it requires the test taker to perform the behavior that is being measured, it can claim content-related evidence of validity, often popularly refers to as content validity. Second, criterion-related evidence. Criterion-related evidence usually falls into one of two categories. The first is concurrent validity. A test has concurrent validity if its results are supported by other concurrent performance beyond the assessment itself. For example, the validity of a high score in the final exam of a foreign language course will be substantiated by actual proficiency in the language. And then predictive validity. The predictive validity of an assessment becomes important in the case of placement tests, admission assessment batteries, language aptitude tests, and the like. Third, construction-related evidence. This one does not play as large role for classroom teachers. Construction may or may not be directly or empirically measured. The verification often requires inferential data. And the last is face validity. Face validity refers to the degree to which a test looks right and appears to measure the knowledge or abilities it claims to measure. Based on the subject's judgment of the examiners who take it, the administrative personnel who decide on its use, and other psychometrical unsophisticated observers.
Okay, I will continue the material from my college, which is about practicality. Practicality. It refers to the logistical, down-to-earth, administrative issue involved in making, giving, and scoring an assessment instrument. This includes cost, the amount of time it takes to construct and to administer, ease of scoring, and ease of interpreting or reporting the results. Mosavi 2009. A practical test, stay within budgetary limits, can be completed by the test taker within appropriate time constraints, has clear direction for administration, appropriately utilizes available human resources, doesn't exceed available material resources. Consider the time and effort involved for both design and scoring. Authenticity. It is the degree of correspondence of the characteristic of a given language test task to the features of a target language test. Bachman and Palmer, 1996. Language learner are motivated to perform when they are faced with tests that reflect real-world situation and context. An authentic test contains language that is as natural as possible, as items that are contextually rather than isolated, includes meaningful, relevant, interesting topics, provides some thematic organization to items, such as to grow a story, line, or episode, over tests that replicate real-world tests.
Was back. The term was back or backwards refers to the impact that tests have on teaching and learning. Such impact is usually seen as being negative. Tests are said to force teachers to do things they do not necessarily wish to do. However, some have argued that tests are potentially also levers for change in language education. The argument being that if a bad test has negative impact, a good test should or could have positive feedback. Ways to enhance feedback. To comment generously and specifically on test performance. Through a specification of the numerical scores on the various subsections of the test. Formative versus summative test. Formative tests provide feedback in the form of information to the learner on progress towards goals. Summative tests provide feedback for learners to initiate former pursuit more learning, more goals, and more challenges to face.
Okay, by these materials, we can conclude that since the definition of assessment has been understood, the next items for teachers to comprehend are principles of language assessment. To design good assessment, teachers should be pay attention to validity, reliability, practicality, authenticity, and respect, as we explained earlier. Okay, that's all about principles of language assessments. Thank you for watching this video presentation. Sorry for our mistake and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.